Greetings, everyone. Zoe Wind here, checking in about this Virgo full moon, which is perfecting tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m., February 24th, 24. And I decided to record this down by this tree because I associate Virgo with the tree people. And I don't know if you can see, there's like all of these amazing little fairy portals in here. And I left some offerings and dropped into ceremony before we started in order to honor that Virgo high priestess energy, right? And this song has been showing up in my playlist a lot, which is I'm still learning, all my life's a ceremony. And so this is kind of my mantra right now. I'm still learning. We're always learning. And let's keep making it a ceremony. And Virgo knows that all of the material realm is spirit embodied. She knows how to take care of things just right? To really love them, to really nurture the things around her, to heal the things around him. And Pisces, where the sun is with Saturn and Mercury, opposed by this Virgo full moon, is this like, well, everything's spirit, so I can just do anything and be free. And I can access my subconscious mind in the quantum realm, and I can manifest from there, right? And both of these signs are signs of healing, and they work from different approaches. Pisces works from that quantum mental or subconscious, submental realm, and Virgo from the mental analysis and physical plane. And so, as above, so below, as below, so above. Virgo rules the small intestines, the part of the body that disseminates and distills what is poison from what is food and nourishment. Just like Virgo, the sign, she holds the shaft of wheat because she separates what's food from what is chaff. And of course, that does not have no purpose. It goes back to the earth and nourishes the earth in some way. Pisces rules the feet. Right? And that took me a minute to figure out and understand. I mean, obviously the feet are like paddles or fins of a fish, and they help us swim. But also, if you think about it, the feet are the farthest part from where our consciousness sits, which I think most of us perceive that in the head. Many of us are working it in the heart. We can move it anywhere in the body for sure. But the feet are like the farthest thing away. They're kind of hard to understand. They're kind of like, what are those weird things down there? Sometimes they look very strange if you look at them too long, And Pisces is that realm of the weird, like the weird in the mystical way, the weird in the, what is it? I don't quite understand, what's going on here? It's like I got a vision, but what does it mean? Well, Saturn is with the sun right now, and the sun, Mercury, and Saturn are all going to join together on the 28th on the same day. It's a really big day because Mercury is Cazimi and Saturn is crystallization. Saturn rules all things of structure, which is symbolized, shown in the symbolism of the rings, which are crystallized around the planet Saturn. And Saturn rules the teeth, the bones, and the spine. The spine upon which the Kundalini flows, right? And so it rises up the 33 vertebrae until our consciousness reaches our third eye, ajna point of awakening, of realization, similar to how you climb the 33 degrees of masonry to reach your ascended enlightened state. So Virgo clicks the bones back into place so that the energy can flow. And we have Saturn there saying, we need structure and boundaries in the liminal realms, in the psychic realms. This is a big lunation to look at where we can come into greater integrity, greater accountability, and also not to take on the blame that's not ours. Like Virgo, is like, I am going to take on all the work and all of the burden, and I'm going to get everything done, no matter what, because they're so dedicated to the sacred work at hand and doing the best job possible. Pisces takes on all of the emotions and all of the feelings of everyone else around them, and then is like, wait, I can't get anything done because I'm so overwhelmed, right? And so we're in this balance point of like, how do we move from our innocence? How do we move from our innocence so that we can be in the flow state that lies between surrender and control? Virgo may tend to want to micromanage, but really it's just wanting to do the best job, to keep improving, to keep cultivating ourselves. There's a lot of healing energy in the sky, as I just talked about the Chiron North Node and Aries alignment, which of course is still active in this chart, in a video a couple days ago, if you want to go check that out to learn more. But this is a huge healing portal, and this moon might illuminate what needs to be healed, where we need to make adjustments, what needs to happen, but it's asking for energetic boundaries and shifting how we think about it and our perception. Let's shift our story. How do we come into gentleness, right? Like if we're raising a child, we want to teach the child, we want to guide the child, but we don't want to shame and guilt the child, because this leads to self-destructive energies later in life, right? So that's not actually helping the child be safe and thrive. Same thing if we're working with a horse or a dragon, as we are in the full moon culmination of the new moon that started the year of the dragon. And horses and dragons just keep coming up in all the symbolism I'm seeing everywhere this month. And if we're training a horse, we don't want to break a horse. I mean, I've seen cowboys break wild mustangs by tying them to a pole and leaving them there for literally like a week until it bucked itself bloody. And that's one way to break a horse. I've also worked on farms where they were doing gentle breaking, although I'd prefer we don't call it breaking. And, from the moment they're born, you're with them, you're petting them, you're cuddling them, you're getting them used to human interaction. Then you gently put a blanket on it, and it kind of like walks forward until it falls off, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. But you don't just like run up to it and do it. You like build trust, right? So this is the same thing with Saturn, in the sense that authority might be coming up for you and in the world around this. And it's like, our real authority is over ourselves and never over anyone else. Despite what anyone might have taught us, unlearning is as important as learning right now. And we're seeing this everywhere. And coming into that authority of like, well, I know why I do something. I know what my motivations are. I know what is right for me, right? And so Pisces can get a little confused as to what's going on. And if we want to work in the energetic realms, we're also going to have to show up in the physical plane. If we want to work in the physical plane, we can work real hard and accomplish a lot. And I'm sure we all know plenty of people who do that and are still exhausted, unfulfilled, right? So it's this balance, or we can live in total freedom and surrender and not actually build something, right? Or cultivate. So there's this beautiful offering in this full moon between self-cultivation and forgiveness and sensitivity and softness and acceptance and striving and doing better and growing and softening and surrendering and accepting, right? So that we can cultivate and grow higher. And this comes into the Sabian symbol for this full moon in Virgo, which is a merry-go-round. And Jane Rudyard's dissertation on this is like, okay, we've got this horse going up and down, right? Which is essentially life force energy and riding the rise and fall of energy. We're not going to be 100% just go get them every day. And just because we have a day where we're tired or we feel off doesn't mean that we will feel that way until the end of time. And so, the child's trying to reach for the ring because you get a free prize or a stuffed unicorn or something. And in order to do that, you have to time. You have to be aware of all of the little intricacies of where's the ring? I'm tracking it. Okay, I'm coming around. Okay, when is the horse going to go up? Is it even going to align with the ring? It might not. It might go down right at the point that the ring is. This is life, right? Isn't that so life? So we can be like, I'm going for it. It's happening. And it's like, well, it wasn't aligned, right? So that's Virgo analysis ability. And Pisces is the flow of that, being like, all right, I have to feel the undulating currents, right? And this comes into the dragon as well. You know, I've been writing a lot about the dragon and saying, don't slay your dragon. Don't tame your dragon. That's not what it's here for. You want to ride the dragon, you have to merge with the dragon, like you do with a horse. If you don't, it'll throw you off because it'll actually hurt it, right? And the horse is pure instinctual power, as is our dragon. The dragon's here to birth new things this year. And so if you're wanting to start and streamline and organize projects, address your health, make those little alignments in the spine so that energy can flow, this is a fabulous full moon to do that under, and/or it will show you where, because full moons are fully illuminated. So they are illumination points. Whatever vision you've been seeding through the Aquarian new moon is now ready to take structural form, but it wants to be done in the above and the below, in the within and the without. We also want to be mindful of our heart spaces as Venus and Mars are joining together, this union of love, of our divine masculine feminine energy, of that flow, of our Kundalini life force energy, allowing us to receive the visions and bring them in. So I hope that your visions are streaming in clear and that your life force energy is growing and thriving, and that you have some time to sit with a beautiful tree. And I was going to take you all up to my favorite portal stones. We'll go there another time, but I'll just show you where they are because they're pretty epic. Sending love from the red rocks. May you have the most beautiful day.